Welcome to Two Cheese at Home, Cooking with Corey. This week we're going to be doing, first course is going to be our Mista salad. It's going to be spring mix, balsamic dressing. We're going to have marinated tomatoes topped with feta cheese. For second course, we're going to be doing something special with our Sackett farm pork. It's going to be a 12-ounce cranberry brined pork chop. We're going to pan sear it, finish it off in the oven, and then it's going to be accompanied with roasted Brussels sprouts, a little bit of caramelized yellow onion, cherries, candy pecans, and a little feta on top of that as well. And then for dessert, we're going to have gelato and the house-made stracciatella. All right, you're going to take a saute pan, medium-high heat. We're going to add enough olive oil to coat the bottom of the pan. And get that nice and hot right before smoking point. We're going to take our brined pork chop, and we are going to salt and pepper this nicely on both sides. Be generous with the salt. Pork loves salt. All it's going to do is enhance the flavor. And our pepper. All right, we got our hot pan. We're going to put it in. We're going to sear each side about 3 to 4 minutes until it gets nice and golden. A little caramelization on it. Next, we're going to start with another saute pan, also on medium-high. Going to coat the bottom as well, olive oil. This is going to be for our Brussels sprouts. And we're going to add our onion. Before I was saying caramelized onion, we're going to cook down until it starts to get a little brown. And we're going to finish the Brussels sprouts off in the oven, and that'll give it a nice caramelization, roasted texture to it. We're going to let those go for about 1.5 minutes on the onions. We'll add a little bit of salt to that as well. Help release a little bit of that moisture. Then probably 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, I'm going to check my chop. Starting to get nice color, you can see. And give it a little bit more. About another 2 minutes on that. Our onion's starting to release. Starting to get that little bit of opaque color in it, you can see. At this point, going to add butter. Melt that down. I'm going to add garlic to this guy. And at this point, you want to turn your heat down to medium-low. Mix that around. Once the butter is all the way melted, we're going to add our Brussels sprouts. And go back to our pork chop over here. And it's almost there. You can see it's got that beautiful color. Give it another 30 seconds, and then when we flip it, we're going to add our butter to the pan. Let it sit for about another 2-3 minutes, and then we'll put it in the oven, preheat it at 350 to your desired temperature. I like mine medium, so it's going to be about another 7-8 minutes on that. We got our butter nice and melted, starting to get some nice color going there. Garlic's getting a little color. Want to be careful you do not burn it. Now we're going to add our Brussels sprouts. At this point, we're going to add some black pepper, freshly cracked. I like black pepper, so I'm in a generous amount. A couple nice tosses. And now we're going to add our cherries. A couple of tosses. We'll let it saute for about 2-3 minutes, and then we're going to go into our oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. Get a nice caramelization. A lot of times I show everybody doing it on a sheet pan, but this is also an alternative from using a sheet pan. Start it on your stove, finish it in the oven. All right, then we're ready to flip our chop. Flip that bad boy over. Always remember to flip away so you don't splash grease on you. You see it's got that nice caramelization. Now we're going to add our butter. It's going to help with extra richness and lots of beautiful flavor. It's going to also almost deglaze the bottom of the pan. So yeah, flip this back, get a nice little coating on it, go back. And then we got about a minute and a half, and it'll go in the oven. Like I said, to your desired temperature, and then we'll be ready for plating.
All right, Brussels sprouts and pork chop ready to come out of the oven. See a beautiful pork chop. Set that aside for a moment. And our beautifully roasted Brussels sprouts. Now we're gonna take these, give them a little shake, tongs, and add our candy pecans to it. Half of the feta. Give it a nice toss. Give it a plate. We're going to add more feathers at the top. And we'll put a beautiful pork chop on top of that. Nice hearty portion. Right above on the bottom. Right hand side. And our pork chop. Set that right there. We have a nice cranberry white balsamic reduction. We're going to pour over top. Delicious. Can't wait to try it.